Hey guys, iAanG here with another Godforge video for you, and today I have a really cool video because last night I hit 806 million damage on Fafnir. This is my personal record. It's not the best key in the game right now, but I want to show you how I did it, why I choose those heroes, and why I choose those equipments, those weapons, what I did while I was manually the first, let's say 10 to 15 turns of the run, and yeah, tell you everything. So maybe I can spark your imagination for Alpha Wave 3, for some strategies, and yeah, that's it. Without further ado, let's go to the video. Okay, so first things first, I want to say that this is not like a very different team from the actual meta that we are currently doing on Godforge. I think for Fafnir, the meta is almost defined. You really need some heroes to make this work. If you don't pull any of those heroes, I think it's very unlikely that you will be able to compete for the best keys, for the best numbers in Fafnir. So this is quite frustrating because if you like really don't pull the heroes, you're not able to compete. I think that for Alpha 3 they will facilitate to get these heroes, because as I said, if you don't, you're screwed. You're just out of the competition. If you don't know, for the Alpha 3 we have a competition that gives you travel to Las Vegas. So yeah, we want to compete in this challenge. Okay, so the team was Heimdall. Okay, Heimdall is super cool. Shamash does something very weird. It's not a bug, but does something very weird. Aphrodite, and then Dracula and Zeus for the damage dealing part. My Heimdall was actually doing a very good chunk of damage. Okay, first things first, let's talk about the heroes. Okay, so why these heroes are here. The three supports, Heimdall actually did some good chunk of damage, but he's here mainly for the support role. Okay, the three supports are the core of the team. Zeus and Dracula you can swap for another damage dealing heroes, but I think they are the best we have, so probably you cannot substitute them for another heroes. But if you don't pull a Dracula or a Zeus, maybe you can fill in another damage dealer. I tested this with Beowulf as well. Beowulf does a lot of damage against bosses, does a lot of damage against Fafnir. I think Achilles will do a lot of damage as well because of his bleed. The bleed from Dracula is actually what makes him do a ton of damage, so that's cool. You can maybe sub Heimdall for Sphinx, because Sphinx also has a big shield and other stuff. You can maybe sub Shamash for Sphinx, but I think it won't work because Shamash boosts a lot of your divinity, so it's very hard to do this. Maybe Pangu can go into the team because of his debuffs. He puts defense down, attack down. This is very good. I will probably try a run with Pangu before Alpha 2 closes. It closes tomorrow midday for me, which is I think 3 o'clock in the afternoon for Central Time. But yeah, those two damage dealers are the best. So let's go for Heimdall. Heimdall is here mainly because of his insane shield. His insane shield on the ultimate is why he's on the team. Actually, the defense up helps. The protect actually is not that great because he was the first. Okay, my team died on the limit. I mean, when Fafnir hits 20 ultimates, he ignores shields and barriers, so you will most likely die anyways, okay? So everyone died after this 20th ult from Fafnir, but still the protect made the run quite hard, because sometimes Heimdall took so much damage that it was kind of hard to make him survive only on the shield and make the barrier stack, okay? So this is the first thing. Shamash is here mainly because of this shield and this defense up, okay? Shamash is quite crazy. He is very, very nice. He has an insane passive. When an ally joins these heroes in attack, it increases their divinity by 100, and this is a lot, okay? Also, he has this ultimate. The revive is okay. Sometimes when I was doing some runs, someone dies right at the start or maybe in the beginning of the fight, and Shamash is able to revive this one ally, but after that it doesn't work anymore. So this is cool, but not the best, not why he's here. He is mainly here because he heals for 15% of the target's HP, and the overhealing is converted to barrier, and barrier is kind of a shield, but this barrier stacks. So the idea is you protect the damage with Heimdall's shield, and if the damage goes over the shield, it starts to consume the barrier. Fafnir becomes stronger and stronger as he ults. So the more he ults, the stronger he gets. So later in the fight, he will probably be able to destroy Heimdall's shield. But at that point, you built a big barrier that will probably make your team survive enough. So the main point of this comp is Heimdall's shields to protect you while you build up this barrier, and then you survive on the barrier until Fafnir ignores barrier, shields, and everything and wipes your team, okay? So Shamash is here especially to build up this barrier, but also to give everyone a lot of divinity and to give a good damage dealing ability in this Arbiter of Justice, because he does ally attack with everyone. Aether Burn is also quite cool. Radiance is also quite cool because it reduces the damage you receive by 20%, so it's very nice. The attack up is very nice as well, so you do more damage. You get the point. Shamash is incredible for this team. If you don't have him, you can sub him for another barrier hero, but it won't be as good as Shamash. Next up, we have Aphrodite, and Aphrodite is pretty cool. She, as the same as Shamash, is here to do a lot of stuff, okay? Her passive makes everyone gain 30 meter when inflicting damage to an enemy, so your team is always getting a good chunk of 30 meter, okay? And she has a cool interaction. She puts speed up and initiative up on one ally for one turn, which cannot be blocked or removed. Then she gains an extra turn, okay? But the important part is that she puts speed up and initiative up. Both of those buffs are very, very good against a boss because you go fast, you ult fast and stuff. And you will use your abilities a lot faster. But the thing is, when she ults, she attacks the enemy and she extends the duration of any speed up and initiative up on all allies. This is very, very, very cool because she can put speed up and initiative up on the entire team and extends that indefinitely. So you will always have speed up and initiative up on all your heroes. Also, she increases the turn meter and divinity of all allies by 15%. And if they have speed up and initiative up, they gain 30% divinity, and third meter. So when she does her ult, all your team gains a lot of third meter and divinity, and this is crazy good. Also, when she A1s, she does an ally attack with everyone that has speed up and initiative up. So as you can see, her kit is made for killing bosses, is made for long battles, because you can like get your team's third meter, your team's divinity up very quickly. She speeds up and initiative up everyone, and she does also ally attack with everyone. So she is insane. I think she's fully replaceable if you can get someone that boosts your third meter and especially your ults on your team, because remember, Shamash only places barrier on his ult, so you need to ult a lot on this battle, and Aphrodite is the best one to boost your third meter and initiative meter and divine meter. So if you can find someone that does what she does in this matter, this is the most important thing that she does, okay? Of course, the buffs and the ally attack will help a lot. So she is amazing, but I think she can be replaced by someone that does all those things. I mean, if you use Shamash, you don't have Aphrodite, and you put a Sphinx that also places like a vanish, a barrier, and other stuff, you can maybe use double barrier, so you don't have to ult that much to increase this barrier, and Aphrodite can not be in the team. But if you have her, use her, because she is insane, okay? In that same matter, when you're talking about ally attack, Zeus comes into place, because Zeus is insane as well, because he does his ally attack on his ult. He puts attack up on this hero, which we already have from Shamash, but it's still cool, and he hits super hard, increases this hero's attack and critical damage by 50%, and also he does his ally attack, pulling everyone to do damage with him. So his damage is very good, but he pulls everyone to do damage with him, increasing a lot of the damage from your comp, okay? His A1 also is very cool. He puts Sharpen on himself. Sharpen increases your crit damage and strong hit damage by 10%. He also hits like a truck, so he's pretty nice. But oh, of course, he is you can sub him for any other damage dealing hero in the game. I also saw very good damage on Fafnir, very good keys on Fafnir, without Zeus, with just one damage dealer. So yeah, I prefer to run both, because I can make my team survive with 2 damage dealers. But if you cannot make your team survive with 2 damage dealers, if you need an extra support, go for it, drop a damage dealer and just use one, okay? And if you are using 1 damage dealer, I would suggest Dracula, because Dracula is insanely good as well. I mean, he puts a lot of bleeds. Bleeds are a debuff that deals a lot of damage to bosses. 1% max HP of the boss, okay? Stacks up to 10 stacks. So every time Fafnir takes a turn, it's 10% max damage. Of course, it's not 10% max damage, but this hits a lot. It does a lot of damage. Also, he has a mixed multiplier, and this is very cool because it makes it easier to build him. Also, he heals himself, and he has a special ability on his ultimate. Before attacking, consumes all stacks of bleed and increase the damage inflicted by 4% per each stack of bleed consumed. This is very cool. It hits very hard with this ability. And on his A2, he has a very cool mechanic as well. Places 1 stack of bleed and on all allies, then converts all debuffs on all allies into additional stacks of bleed, also placing reflex and mend. So he places bleed on your team, which doesn't really matter because bleed on your team does not do a lot of damage. 1% on your heroes is not that great. He puts mend to heal your heroes if you took any damage, for example. He puts reflect, which is very good. But the biggest thing here is that he clears all the debuffs. So Fafnir will put like Blaze and other debuffs, and Dracula just clears these debuffs, transforms them into bleed, and then when he ults, he takes all these bleeds from your champions, from your heroes, and transform this into more damage. So he is really nice. I really like him, his kit, and I really like him in the team, especially because he clears all the debuffs. Of course, the damage is very cool, but I think the clearing of the debuffs is where he shines. Okay, so let's go for the builds, okay? So Dracula needs some accuracy. I think this is low accuracy. I would put him in 150. I just farmed some gear, but I wanted to show you the gear that I used to do this 800 million damage. So this is the gear that I use. I'll show you the pieces very quickly here. Speed. I want crit damage here, attack, crit damage here, and accuracy here. You can see that I have 96 crit rate. I would love to get to this 100 crit rate, but I prefer to use good accuracy on him to place the bleeds, and I like to use this crit damage gloves because I would go over. This crit damage gloves is very cool with accuracy and crit rate. Okay, I have crit rate on almost all pieces, I think. Yeah, not on the boots, but I have crit rate on almost all pieces. This rolled 25% crit rate, which is insanely good. And I am using Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt gives me damage based on max HP. It's only 2%. It also makes a good chunk of damage. Okay, his ultimate is attack all enemies, unfortunately, because if this was a single target, it would be way nicer. Okay, but no matter, it's still a very cool weapon. 6-star, of course, so I get more attack and crit damage. I was looking and I upgraded 3 Thunderbolts, and they are all attack, crit damage. If this was accuracy, I would use accuracy and crit damage, but still 38k HP, 2.8k attack with 163 speed, 154 initiative, a good crit rate, and 270 crit damage with 137 accuracy. Okay, so his focus is on damage for the build. For Zeus, I use almost the same. The Zeus is where I would change some of the gear, and I will show you what I mean. Okay, so Zeus is also in a damage dealing gear. He's using Solar Flare, increases damage ally inflicts when joining attacks. So as he has a really cool ultimate that does ally attack, this weapon is very cool on Zeus. Of course, Thunderbolt is very cool on Zeus as well, as he has 3 single target abilities, but I used Solar Flare. I will probably test Thunderbolt on him, but I think this is a little bit better for him. Okay, as well, I'm here using an attack boots, speed, legs, crit damage gloves, attack chest, crit damage pauldron, and crit rate helmet. Okay, Zeus doesn't need accuracy or resistance, so I have 4.5k attack and 165 speed, 129 initiative, over 100 crit rate, and 282 crit damage. Okay, he is very squishy, but he is surviving easily. Okay, on him I'm using Shamash's imprint. which makes everyone gain a ton of divinity when Zeus ults. So this is very cool as well to help the team. On Dracula, I am using Isolde's imprint because when Fafnir attacks, he will attack Heimdall. Heimdall is a defender, and then I will heal the team a little bit. Okay, for the supports. Okay, for Zeus, what I would do is I would swap his either his legs or his boots for initiative boots or initiative legs, and then I would put the other one as attack percentage. Like if I find a really cool initiative boots, I would put him in a really cool attack legs. These legs is okay, like a good crit rate, but the other stats are not that great, and the speed is good. But if I found attack percentage legs and an initiative boots, for example, or an initiative legs that is very good, I would swap it because I want him to ult a lot more than I want him to use his A1 or A2. So yeah, this is why I would change Zeus quite a bit. Maybe if I found if I didn't need this crit rate, which I really do, you can see I have 106 and 42% is coming from here. If I really didn't need this, as I didn't in Dracula, I would use an initiative helm as well because I want Zeus to ult as often as he can. Okay, for the next one, let's go over to Aphrodite. And Aphrodite have a really good speed and initiative. Let's show you the pieces. Speed here, I have HP flat here. Remember that gloves doesn't have HP or defense percent, so HP flat on the gloves is the way to go. With initiative and speed, this is a very cool glove. I have HP with speed and initiative. I have crit damage. I don't care here. I only care about this initiative and the set. This is an initiative set as well. And I have here an initiative with speed, so I can reach those 221 speed with 217 initiative with a good HP as well. So I am using Solar Flare. This Solar Flare has HP on it, so I can make her survive a little bit better. It has an Isolde imprint, the same as Dracula, to heal the team, and that's it. I only want Aphrodite to go really fast, to use her ultimates as often as possible. So let's go to Shamash, and Shamash is just the same, but Shamash has a really cool trick here. I was hitting for 400 million on Fafnir before I thought of this trick. Okay, so Shamash has initiative boots with speed, has speed boots, and in a initiative set it has an speed gloves with speed set. It has HP with speed and initiative. It has HP with speed and initiative with speed. Okay, the same way, 229 speed and 227 initiative, 46 HP. Okay, the accuracy and resistance, I don't care. And the trick here is to use Grail. Grail is insane, guys, because you will increase all sources of outgoing healing by 25%. So the healing from the ultimate then just became like a 22% healing. 50% of that will become barrier. So this is very nice. And when I put this Grail here in Shamash, my run was so freaking easier. It's crazy. When I was using him with a Thunderbolt, because he also does single target damage, so I was using him. Actually, I was using him with a Solar Flare. But when I was using him with a Solar Flare, it took so freaking long to build up this barrier. But with Grail, everything was way easier. So yeah, Grail is definitely the way to go on Shamash. And last but not least, Heimdall here. Heimdall is in a high defense. Okay, defense is the focus here, with good speed, good initiative, not a 100% crit rate as well, and a good chunk of crit damage. Okay, the crit damage mostly comes from the weapon, but let me show you the gear. A good boot with speed and initiative with good defense, a defense legs with crit rate and initiative. For the gloves, crit rate gloves with speed and crit damage, a lot of crit damage here. I have defense here with speed and crit damage. I have crit damage with HP, defense and crit rate, and I have initiative with a good crit, a good defense, and other useless stats. And for the weapon, I am using a Thunderbolt with crit damage. As I said before, the protect that he puts sometimes make the barrier break a little bit more, because the shield that he puts on everyone is the same, but the damage he is receiving is a little bit more because he's sucking the damage from his allies. So sometimes, often actually, the boss actually hits the barrier on Heimdall. So that's why I put the imprint Hound of Dwat here, because this makes when Heimdall hits, he gets a little bit of barrier, and that's really cool. Also, I would love to have 100% crit rate, but it's very hard because I'm getting a lot of other stats here. I have a good defense, good speed, good initiative, good crit damage. I saw some people use him with higher defense to put even a better shield, but no damage. I prefer to put damage on everyone that I can. That's why I'm using like 2 Thunderbolts and 2 Solar Flares on the team, okay? So yeah, that's it. That's the strategy. As you can see, we have 3 supports with good speed, good initiative, and we have 2.5 supports and 2.5 damage dealer, with Heimdall doing both things. Okay, so a couple of tricks here. I put Heimdall as leader. This is of course a record for when I was doing the run. I recorded everything. I will put me like here because so you can see better. One of the things is to put Heimdall as leader because he has a pretty good defense aura. Also, you can put either Aphrodite or Shamash as leader. I would not recommend to put Aphrodite as leader because it's good for her ultimates to go less. Also, it's good for Shamash ultimate to go quite later in the order. Okay, the most important ult to happen first, to happen as often as possible, would be you would think that it would be Shamash, but it's actually Heimdall, because sometimes the boss hits so fast that if Heimdall doesn't renew your shield, you will probably start to lose barrier. So you put Heimdall first, because on auto, the AI will use the ultimates from left to right. So Heimdall first, then Dracula, then Zeus, then Shamash, then Aphrodite. Maybe it would be better to swap here and put Zeus last. No, actually put Zeus after Shamash. So Shamash in the middle, Zeus at the right, and then Aphrodite last. Because this way I can charge the ults the way I want. So Heimdall uses his ult, and then everyone helps to charge his ult first. Okay, so Shamash will use his ult, and then Zeus and Aphrodite will help to charge Shamash's ult then. And then Zeus ults, and for the last Aphrodite's ult, and Aphrodite will try to increase everyone else's ults. Okay, so the first thing here, and why we need to manual the first turns, because I want to focus what heroes am I putting Aphrodite's buffs, I just went back because I think there was a bug there. I think okay. That was not a bug. That was the auto of the first turn. She puts the increase initiative and increase speed on Heimdall. You can see here that's very little, but that's it. The first one that I would put is actually Heimdall, because the start of the run, from the start of the run, I want Heimdall to keep using his ult. As you can see, I did like 2 turns and Aphrodite and Heimdall already have their ults available, and this is really cool. Of course, this first hit will enter, it will hit my heroes. This is not a problem. Heimdall comes with the ultimate, Aphrodite comes with the ultimate as well. Zeus just charged his ult and used it, so I'm already at 2 million damage. Shamash ulted as well, and as you can see, I already have a really good amount of barrier from the first ult. And this ult was actually a little bit crazy because he healed everyone and then put a barrier on everyone, and this is very cool. This is where we survive. This is why we survive longer and longer. Okay, so Heimdall already have the ult, Aphrodite already have the ult. This run, as I'm using Shamash, Aphrodite, and all these the Shamash's imprint on Zeus, I have a really good machine gun of ult charging. So as you will see, I'm ulting very often on all my heroes, and this is why this team works, because I can charge the ults from Heimdall to put shields, the ults from Shamash to put barrier, the ults from Zeus to not only charge other heroes' ults, but also to do a lot of damage, and from that on. So I was here manually and autoing until I see in this bar on the left where is Aphrodite's turn, because after I put the increase initiative and increase speed on Heimdall, I want to put this, I think, on herself. I think she's the second one that will receive increase. Yeah, that's it. Here I just put on her. You can see there the little buff icon. The second one that I put is on her. Now she has initiative up and speed up. I could also have put that on Shamash or Zeus, but I think it's good to put on her because she will take her turns faster, and as she take her turns faster, she will put in the other ones faster. So you can ask me, iAanG, why didn't you put on her first? Because Heimdall is pivotal for this team. If I don't put a good shield, a good chunk of shields, this team just dies. Okay, so as you can see, the shield is very little here, but right before the boss hits, I charge Heimdall's ult, and then I ult with him. As you can see here, I use the abilities from Shamash, and then Aphrodite has her ult already. Okay, so Shamash is next for the increase initiative and increase speed. I will jump a little bit in the future so we can find this. Okay, so here I put on him manually, and then I hit auto again because I only need to manual her abilities. Okay, and then jumping a little bit in the future as well. Again, I think the next one I put is Zeus. No, it was actually Dracula. You can see here Dracula received it. Zeus is a little bit strange because he gains a lot of extra turns on his A1. So sometimes you have to watch it, because sometimes you put your A2 on Zeus, maybe you ult one time and then Zeus just gains like 5 extra turns, and like the buff expires before you can stand it a lot. Okay, so but that's it. I mean, the rest of the run is just I was waiting here to put on him, on Zeus, the increase initiative and increase speed, and that's it. You can see here he has increased initiative. The increased speed is hidden here. You can hit this I button to see. You will see that all the buffs are there. But yeah, from that one I put on auto. I left my home. I went to give my classes and to teach my classes, and when I came back I saw the damage. This is the you will see that the run is almost all the same. The Heimdall will ult, will protect the team. Shamash will increase the barrier so we don't die. And Zeus will ally attack. Shamash will ally attack. Aphrodite will ally attack on her A1, which is insane in my opinion. It's very crazy. You can see here ults will charge super fast. Again, you can see here. I mean, bro, this is insane. Look at this. Look. See? Shamash just gained like 25% of his ult, and Zeus is almost ulting as well. Now Zeus hits his A2, Shamash. Here Aphrodite hits her A1, and then everyone attacks with ally attack. This is very great. Maybe I should put Shamash's imprint on her. I think this would be better. I will try a little bit of other stuff. Okay, let's go over like 600 million damage to see what is happening here. Even I didn't watch this part of the battle, so this will be cool. One of the bugs that it is happening, two of the bugs. Let's talk about two of the bugs that makes people do like a bazillion damage on the tier list, on the leaderboard. Okay, so one of them is Fafnir will never ult. I don't know how to do these bugs, and I honestly don't want to do them. I want to prepare myself for Alpha Wave 3. So some of the other guys in Discord already found out how to activate those bugs, but I don't want to do it. I don't know how to do it, and I would not do it anyways. But one of the bugs is Fafnir will never ult, and if he never ults, he will never ignore shields and barriers. But this is not my case. As you can see, Fafnir is already charging his divinity meter and his ult, and he ults actually a little bit often, and yeah, that's it. The other bug is that there is some heroes that are stacking some stats. I saw someone hit like a bazillion damage with a Brimhild, because Brimhild was like stacking her defense stat. So sometime in the battle she ends up dealing like 10 million damage per hit, which is crazy, maybe more. And yeah, that's one of the bugs as well. I am not using any bugs here. If maybe there are one bug here or two that I don't know about. I was talking a lot to the guys in Discord, especially to Pancakes. Pancakes is, I think, in my opinion, the most knowledgeable guys when we are talking about comps, strategies, and especially bugs from this game right now. He knows almost all bugs, and he knows almost all the ways to get to the bugs. Okay, and he was saying that most of the comps right now will hit a million damage tops, and then Fafnir will kill them. So for me to hit 800 million damage is very, very cool. I said million damage, a billion damage. I think a billion damage is the top damage without bugs. When you see more than a billion damage, it's probably some bug stacking over each other to hit that damage. Maybe Fafnir is not charging, maybe one of the heroes is stacking something or something like this. Okay, let's go to the end of the run, so you can see the end here. As you can see here, Zeus is actually lost some. Okay, this is where I think this is where Fafnir will use his 20th ult. I think, let's watch here. I think this is the ult. This is the 20th ult. As you can see, my Zeus has his shield. The shield is activated, and then Fafnir will ult, and he ults like below the shield. Shamash is the same. I mean, Shamash still has his barrier. It still took damage on the HP. This is where Fafnir will probably kill your team, because he's ignoring shields, he's ignoring barriers, and this is a little bit crazy. Okay, I don't think you can survive a lot more here over this amount, over this 20th ult from Fafnir. Maybe this is what breaks the meta for the competition on wave 3, but I don't know. We will have to wait. I think quite a bit of things will change for Alpha Wave 3. Maybe this team doesn't work. I think they will leave this team alive for Alpha Wave 3. I don't think they will destroy the team, because the fix that they did, where Fafnir ignores shields and barriers, is already there. It's already working. But I don't know. Alpha Wave 3, we will have to see what happens. But as you can see here, Fafnir is hitting a lot. Even if I'm healing my team, and I'm actually over healing the damage quite a bit, I am not surviving for long. Let's do some future goals here, and then here I think he will hit pretty hard. As you can see, Heimdall is already almost dead. This attack hits and kills Heimdall, and the next attack kills almost everyone on the team, and this is where I fall. Okay, okay, so 806 million damage. It is very nice. As you can see here, Dracula did 340 million damage. Heimdall did 218, which is more than Zeus. But we think that Heimdall is getting all the damage from the counter attacks. Or maybe from the reflect damage. So this damage from Heimdall is not correct, we think. Okay, and Shamash and Aphrodite did some damage, but not that much. Okay, so that's it, guys. I think this is a really cool team. Of course, it's meta. It's the meta team. I really need to test other things, but I wish with this video you have a clear way on how the meta for wave 2 worked, and maybe this sparks an idea on your mind to play on Alpha Wave 3. And I hope we have a lot of different teams, a lot of a good competition for Alpha Wave 3. So that's my opinion. Okay, if you're watching this closer to the release date, I will be posting some videos next week between the alphas, and then for the alpha I plan to post every day what I am doing daily, but it's very hard for me because I have 2 channels, I have a kid, I have an enterprise, and I have a lot of stuff. So I will try. Okay, I will have here in the channel tier list for all the legendaries, top 10 weapons, top 10 imprints, and other stuff like this here in the channel. So if you don't want to miss anything, just click the subscribe button. Don't forget to leave a like here. Pardon my English. Sometimes I speak a little bit slowly because my English is rusty a bit, but it's getting better. I feel it. Every video, I feel it. It's getting better, okay? Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I see you in the next video. Bye.